be far from the danger, somewhere away from all the chaos and madness of things to come. It had been hard enough to accept his youngest, Beth, acquiring metahuman abilities. The last thing he needed was her brother Rick ending up in the same boat. Instead of watching the show at his townhouse, a poor replacement for the suburban home that was still being rebuilt, Ivan had taken advantage of his decades-old friendship with a billionaire and decided to watch from Wade Wyatt's downtown penthouse. This was partially because Wade always kept high-end food a mere phone call away, but also due to a lingering sense of worry. If something bad did happen, he'd prefer to have his old friend Dr. Mechanical at his side. Between the two of them, they could easily make the difference in a fight, should the need arise. While it was hardly an ideal situation, especially for a pair of semi-retired supervillains, the fact remained that they lived on this planet just as much as everyone else. A threat to Earth was a threat to their home, and they were not men who took such dangers kindly.
"Ivan, please calm down. I can see you gripping the armrest of that chair. Any moment now you'll snap it clean off, and it was made custom for this apartment."
Wade dropped down next to Ivan, staring out one of the floor-to-ceiling windows that wrapped around his entire penthouse. They, like Wade himself, were deceptive in appearance. Each was fitted with a wide array of technological marvels, allowing them to zoom like a lens, go dark, serve as television screens, withstand a rocket launcher, and probably do all manner of other tricks Ivan had yet to witness. As for Wade, he seemed as unworried as usual, relaxing in khakis and a polo, his thinning copper hair unstyled. The gentle smile Wade wore almost hid the brilliance of the mind behind it, that of the genius inventor who had won infamy as Dr. Mechanical, the man in the metasuit that was powerful enough to challenge all but the strongest of capes. That was a long time ago, however. Nowadays he was merely a billionaire tech mogul who led a secret guild of villains who worked smarter than the common criminal. Perhaps things hadn't changed as much as Ivan thought.
"Sorry."
Ivan released his grip on the armrest. There were finger indents still visible in the leather.
"The timing just has me worried. We've kept our heads down for months, and now, suddenly, days before we're about to put things back in order, this happens. The timing just seems suspicious." "Come on, Ivan. You've been around long enough to know how these things go," Wade replied. "Where metahumans are concerned, events and forces tend to pile together. Confluences are the best example, but they're far from the only one. Hell, it happens to regular people, too. Where do you think the saying, 'when it rains, it pours,' comes from?" "I still don't like it."
Ivan reached over to the table and helped himself to a handful of grilled shrimp. Wade had called up quite a spread for just the two of them. Then again, given how much Ivan had stress-eaten already, he might have gotten the exact right amount of food. That was Wade, brilliant and calculating down to the last detail. Oddly, that thought made Ivan feel better. If the smartest person he knew wasn't worried about tonight, then maybe it was okay to relax.
"What you don't like is being on the sidelines," Wade told him. "Tori pulled you back in, and now you're hankering to throw some punches and make your strength known. Even if you know you aren't needed, you'd still prefer to be active than watch from a luxury suite."
Much as Ivan wanted to deny that possibility, he couldn't. Wade was right. He'd gone back into battle, had remembered what it was like to be his full self for the first time in years. And now he was having to shake the craving all over again, like a relapsing addict.
"There's nothing to worry about. The AHC is doing a full-court press, a real show of force. After Apollo's attempted revolt and the ensuing fight with us, they're all over this sort of PR opportunity."
Wade reached out and helped himself to a crab cake from the pile on a nearby table.
"And even if that weren't true, Lodestar is going to be there. Do I really need to remind you that she's more than enough to handle nearly any threat? Add in Professor Quantum being back and Coram getting off the sidelines, and the fight almost seems unfair."
Those three, the Champions Congress, overseers of the AHC, were indeed a team that was not to be tested. Ivan knew it well. He'd experienced it firsthand. All the